Hello, it's Gabby here for you. Before we jump onto this week's podcast, I just want to let you know about 2 ways that you can work with me. First of all, I do one-to-one coaching and I do that via Zoom, so we can jump on a Zoom call at a time to suit you. The second thing I've got for you is an online coaching course that's 12 modules that you can download straight away now. There will be a link somewhere around these podcast notes. And this is the course that I've designed, and it's got everything in it that I wish I'd have known when I finished cancer treatment and I was lost. So you can download that course now and you can start working towards making this your happiest and healthiest year ever. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello there, it's Gabby here for you, and I hope this finds you well. This week, I'm thinking a lot about the power of words from people that I've been speaking to, the power of words that other people can have on us, the effect that can have on us, whether it can lift us up or bring us down, but also the power of words that we use to ourselves. And something people think that's a bit crazy, like talking to yourself. But you know what? We all do it all the time. So I'm going to share some thoughts with you from 2 of my favourite writers. The first one is Louise Hay, and I've got a little exercise from Louise. And then I'm going to leave you with a poem, or part of a poem, by a wonderful poet, Maya Angelou. Very inspirational, and I turn to her words many times when I'm going through tough times. So the first thing to think about this week is about the power of words, or sometimes they can be called affirmations. And if you think about it, you know, our internal dialogue is going all the time, whether we like it or not. And sometimes we can talk to ourselves in a really negative way. And I heard somebody say to me the other day, oh, well, I've always been a worrier. There's nothing I can do. And that is an affirmation. Okay. That is something that you're telling yourself. That's a belief. It may be true, it may not be true, but does that mean you can't change it? Because I really believe that you can. So Louise Hay is one of my favourite authors. This wonderful book, You Can Heal Your Life, I've turned to many, many times, and I've got so much inspiration from Louise's book. I'll tell you some of her philosophies. One of them is every thought we think is creating our future. So that's really interesting, isn't it? Because we all have thousands of thoughts every day. And I just ask you to think about the way that you think. Do you think about yourself in a positive way, or are you quite harsh on yourself? And I've talked before about sometimes we talk to ourselves in a way we'd never talk to a best friend. We never say to a best friend, oh, you're stupid, you've messed up there again. But we think nothing of saying that to ourselves. So every thought we think is creating our future, whether we're optimistic or whether we're pessimistic. We are actively contributing to our future. And how would it be if we made a conscious effort to make our future full of hope rather than full of doom and gloom, which it can be sometimes. And I'm not saying this is always easy. And for me, it's something that I need to work on. I've been going through some tough times, and I've been really affected by some words that other people have said to me as well. But what's more important is the words that you say to yourself. The words that you say, the way you think when you look in the mirror, whether you like the person that's looking back at you, or whether you can forgive yourself for past mistakes, because we all make mistakes, my love. But Louise says, I'm looking at her book again, she says, the point of power is always in the present moment. And that is so profound, because we are all guilty sometimes of worrying about the past. Can't change the past. You can learn from it and move on. Can't change it. And we worry about the future. We worry about things that have not even happened yet. But the point of power is in the present moment. And so if we consciously make the present moment what we want it to be, an uplifting, positive experience. With training, it's like any habit, you can do this. And one of the ways that you can do that is by using affirmations. And an affirmation is really just something that we say. It can be positive, it can be negative. But again, choosing the affirmations, choosing the words that we say to ourselves is a really important part for me of becoming a more positive person. I have in the past suffered with depression, I've suffered with anxiety, and using positive affirmations and a lot of what I've learned from Louise's book has really helped me to move forward, to be more joyful, to be happier in life, and to help other people as well share what I've learned. Louise also says one of her philosophies is everyone suffers from self-hatred and guilt. And quite often we can think that everybody else has got their stuff sorted, that it's only us that's got problems. Everybody else is walking about, they seem to be happy, everybody's families are getting on, particularly if you look on social media. Well, look at what a nice life they have. No, everybody suffers sometimes with imposter syndrome, with self-hatred, with guilt, with regret, with worry. It's the human condition. We're all exposed to that. But Louise says it's only a thought that you're having about this. It's not real, is it? It's not a tangible thing. And a thought can be changed. How would that be if you changed the way that you thought? So Louise's book, she's got a great exercise here, and it's called Create New Changes. So she's saying, now is the time to take your list of everything that you think is wrong with you, whatever that is, and you can turn that into a positive affirmation. Now, some people take this to the extreme and have I love a post-it note, as you'll probably tell from my book. But some people will have a post-it note above their mirror, and they say their positive affirmations to themselves first thing in the morning, because it reinforces that subconscious message that we've all got, that dialogue that we've got. You could look at the mirror and say, God, you're ugly. Or you can look at the mirror and say, you're doing your best. You look great today. It's a great day to be alive. So Louise says, just suppose some of your negative thoughts are something like, my life is a mess. I hear that a lot. I should lose weight. Nobody loves me. I want to move. I hate my job. I should get organised. I don't do enough, and I am not good enough. That is one that comes up time and time again. But you can turn it on its head and turn it into the opposite, and turn it into a positive affirmation, something that you just keep saying to yourself. And you can say, I am willing to release the pattern in me that created these conditions. I am in the process of positive changes. I have a happy, slender body. Now, you might not feel like that at the minute, but the more you say it, the more likely you are to take inspired action to actually get the body and the fitness that you want. I experience love wherever I go because I expect it. I have the perfect living space. I now create a wonderful new job. I am now very well organised. I appreciate all that I do. This is a biggie. I love and approve of myself. You cannot say that to yourself often enough. I love and approve myself. We've all made mistakes, my darling, but it's time to forgive yourself and move forward. And he's also, this is a really good one, I trust the process of life to bring me to my highest good. And I've been speaking to a lady this morning who's going through a terrible relationship breakup. And understandably, she's in a bad place. But if you take, the long-term view of her life, and think maybe that she's letting go of this person out of her life for her highest good. Maybe there's a better person for her, or maybe that person was not doing her any good at all, and maybe she just needs some time to be on her own. But sometimes things do work out for the best. I deserve the best and I accept it now. That's a really good one, isn't it? I deserve the best because, again, I've heard so many people say to me, well, I'm not worthy, or I don't deserve anything good. And that's a terrible affirmation to say to yourself. So just think, as I said at the beginning, sometimes words that other people say to us can really hurt us. And it can be hurtful to hear somebody's angry words at you, hurtful words, maybe sometimes very unfair words, very unfair judgments that people are making about you. But you need to take that at face value. That person is coming from their point of view. What's 100 times more important than that is the way that you speak to yourself. And affirmations is a great way to do that. If you want any more help with affirmations or anything that I talk about, any of these topics, just get in touch with me and I can work through that with you. Sometimes it can be just, like I say, some people put it on a post-it note. Some people put affirmations now. You see people with it on the t-shirts saying, I am enough, I am worthy. All these things that could be on a key ring, things like this. People, just little reminders, people have a pen next to the desk just to remind us, you are enough. You're enough. Okay. And I'm going to leave you now with just part of a poem by a wonderful poet, Maya Angelou. If you don't know her work, I would highly recommend it. Maya was just such a phenomenal lady. Her poem, Still I Rise. I'm not going to read it all, but I'm going to read it at the beginning. And it's basically saying, you know what? You might say bad things to me, but what's more important is how I feel about myself. And whatever you say to me, I'm okay. Maya Angelou says, "You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are ye beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like suns and moons with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise." And so I've not finished the poem. It's quite a long poem, but I love those words. They give me tingles because you are so resilient. We're all resilient. And sometimes we need to dig deep for that resilience. And that's the work that I do with people when I'm coaching them. And you can reach out to me for any help that you need with anything. You know where I am. If you want to change the way you feel, start by changing the way that you talk to yourself. Start by telling yourself you are enough. You are good enough. And I'm sending you so much love from my heart to your heart. Have a wonderful week, and thank you as always for listening. See you soon. Take care, my love. Bye bye.